Hey, welcome back, Adventure Roads. Getting ready to head down to the Legends, Denny's house. 76 years old, still riding bike. Gonna get a few things put on the Harley here, so I'll show you what we're gonna do and hopefully get a few riding stories from the Legend. For starters, we're gonna get these lowers taken off. I like riding without the lowers. I like the wind. And I thought about maybe getting the covers that go over the dresser bars, maybe trying that at some time, but I've always liked having the lowers off. I like the looks of it. And we're gonna get some new pegs put on. Gonna get the new derby cover put on there. Oil change, differentials changed. And we're gonna get the new luggage rack put on, new battery put in. So let's go take a ride down to Denny's. I have three favorite mom and pop bike shops. I will talk about those at the end of the video, but I got three favorites I've ever been to. But how many people can you take a bike to? You can't take a bike to a shop at 7:30 at night on a Sunday. So this guy's accommodating, he's fun to talk to, and good stories. Fat boy that he worked on. There's his number. If you're in the Five-Foot Lake area, need work, this is the guy. So Denny is 76 and I was born in 76, so figure those numbers out.
I've done these.
Live?
Again?
Yeah.
So those little circles are the drill holes.
Sure feels like it.
And that rack sits the same as yours, I assume? Well, they're both Harley models, but...
Yeah. You give me a quarter and full, they ain't very good, but they're working. They're working. Let's put it that way. So it worked.
So this is on, finger room in there, back just a touch from the circles that they had. It helped.
Right. And it doesn't really change it hardly, no. It's sure not noticeable.
That looks good.
No, see.
Gotta pull the lowers
No, I
off.
don't know.
So how many bikes in your lifetime have you actually owned, do you think? You got to count?
At least 70.
So you're 6 behind your years.
Yeah,
70 bikes.
I think so, 70. Yeah.
Wow.
I know, it's 138 flathead. It's all restored, and so it's worth.
138 flathead.
Yeah,
What was your very first motorcycle?
48 pan.
48 pin. How old were you?
63. In my 20s. Yeah.
20s.
20s, yeah.
Now is your first bike?
No, I had a
I mean, so when did you first start riding? How old were you?
13
13. What was your first bike at 13 that you rode?
Cushman, 48
Like-
Cushman, and then I had a
Kind of like the scooter?
yeah.
okay.
And then I had a 48 Eagle, which is Cushman.
Okay.
But out of the two, I made one that run.
Okay.
53, because it was more like a Harley heavy gear.
So you were cloning back then,
Well,
putting them together.
we had, yeah, we had the sheriff come over and followed me around the cul-de-sac. Back, and he said, just keep both hands on the handlebars. And he wrote my license out and handed it to me. So I had a Michigan driver's license. I was 13. What did
38 flathead and 4 knuckleheads. And you've known a few knuckleheads.
I've known a few of them too, yeah.
So if you could have one bike right now, what would be your dream bike that you'd pick out right now?
Well, I'd like to have another knucklehead again.
Yeah. Any preference on the year?
Prefer a 47.
47 knucklehead.
Yeah, I don't want a 36. They ain't big enough. They ain't 74 cubic inch. I had a set, but I already sold them, so. I was working at GTR equipment.
Denny did 1,461 miles, San Diego up to Nebraska by himself.
Lincoln, yeah.
Up to Lincoln, Nebraska. What were you riding?
62 pan.
Pop, coffee, pee brakes.
Yeah. And I was running 83, 85 most of the time.
Okay, so you're doing 83, 85 miles an hour, 3 in the morning through Nebraska?
Yeah, you know, Nebraska's flat and forever.
Yeah.
But these lights were gaining on me. And I thought, well, and I'm watching the lights and they're bobbing up and down. I know it's a semi,
Yeah.
but I'm running 85.
Yeah.
You know? And finally he passed me,
Yeah.
and it was getting foggy.
Yeah.
And he didn't have no lights on his trailer, and he disappeared into fog. And I slowed down to 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So, and then I pulled over. I wanted to make it the other side of Lincoln so I wouldn't have a big city to go through
Okay.
next morning.
Yeah.
So I pulled over to the next overpass and slept on the cement.
How bad were you hurting?
I wasn't bad at all. And then I made
Denny's wiry.
Then I made it 2 days. I was back in Michigan.
If Denny was in the Civil War, he'd have been a cavalryman.
Probably.
I
I'll go ahead and tell you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was riding a 50 pan and frame
Okay.
chopper, and I had a 62 motor in it.
Okay.
And I went in and asked the dealer in St. Louis, Missouri, if I could get an oil change. And he said, looked at the bike, he says, well, that bike's probably stolen. That motor. He said, what year is it? I told him 62.
Yeah.
He went by serial motor number in those days. He said, I ain't no 62. They didn't have a rigid frame. I said, well, I own both bikes. And he said, well, that bike's probably stolen. So I said, well, will you sell me the oil? And he said, yeah, he'd sell me the oil. So I got my wrench out and dumped the oil in his driveway and dumped the cans in his driveway and left. You had a dirt driveway in the day, though.
Yeah. Well, it kept the dust down for him.
Yeah, I kept the dust down.
So, were you riding a bike to high school on a regular basis when you were in high school?
No.
No.
I moved up here to live with my dad, and they wouldn't let me bring my motor scooter. My stepmother didn't like it.
Your stepmom didn't like you on a bike.
No. And then when I got married, they said, if you sell that 48 Harley, we'll buy you a brand new house trailer. Guess what? I never had a house trailer.
What's been some of your favorite models of Harley?
Well, I guess my favorite model is the Knuckleheads, but
Yeah.
I liked some of the Panheads I had too.
Yeah.
Knuckleheads were kind of old when I was buying them.
How many bag or dressers do you think you've had?
Well, 62 pan, 65 pan,
Yeah.
and I sold that to Gary Sheffer, Apple Fence. And then I had 07 and
Yep.
14, now the 17. That's the only dressers. I guess I
And
finally got old.
and you did the hill climbing as well, right?
Yeah, 50 pan, Mount Garfield, 1970. Took 5th place in the Nationals.
5th place in the Nationals. Where was the Nationals held?
Muskegon. Mount Garfield, Muskegon.
Yeah.
Ain't record.
COVID in them? In the
Came
wrappers?
from China.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to like a bottom. Especially the big one.
So Denny likes to run the Bell Ray transmission fluid because it's red.
Well, it's red in color and it's thicker.
Red in color and thicker. So Denny says you got to keep the gloves on. Denny says you got to keep the gloves on, otherwise your hands are too dirty, then you're stuck doing the dishes. Run it right up to that edge, basically.
Yeah, well, not this edge. I heard him on the internet, JP Cycles. Oh, you run it right up to the edge here? No, you don't. You run up the edge of the bottom of the clutch.
Yeah. So you go right up to that inner ring. Right where the wheel's
That
at.
lower ring, yeah.
Yep. Pretty cool. Denny worked on my 2008 Triumph. That was my first motorcycle. He's probably worked on a lot of Triumphs back in the day.
My 1957 snap-on wrench.
1957 snap-on wrench. That's as old as my mom. That's as old as the bridge.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a video when he does Ram's Indian motorcycle.
Yeah.
How many bikes a year do you think you work on now? Any kind of guess?
100 plus.
100 plus bikes.
Yeah.
About 100 different people, you think, or 50 different people?
No, probably about 100.
About 100 different people.
I
And then, so you first...
got about 6,000 business cards out there now.
Yeah.
And
And you,
for 5 years, I run the Yellow Pages ad in Cadillac and Traverse City. Both.
and your first Harley dealership was Sycamore?
No,
Or
Weichels Harley Davidson.
where was it?
Weichels Harley Davidson.
Weichels.
on Cedar Run Road.
Okay. And what year was that when you first started working at a dealer?
68.
Wow.
And then Steve worked there before me, Steve at Sycamore. And he was boring cylinders and stuff before me, so kind of a neat story. Shirley told me, Steve's wife, the other day.
So how long was the first Harley dealer in Traverse City? How long did that last?
Well, I don't know, Ron was in there for like, seemed like forever.
Okay.
I mean, a good 25 years
Okay.
at least. But
Now doing up the transmission.
a flat spot. Yeah.
Right. So what's the fastest you've ever had a bike?
Probably only about 90. I don't.
Yeah. You like to see the sights.
Well, at 90, I started 85. I started thinking about all the height I'd lose if I fell
Yeah.
off.
How many bikes have you
Well, I don't know. I gotta say, I probably went a whole lot faster than that.
yeah,
On
without
my 62 pan chopper.
with no odometer or something? Or
Well, no odometer on
Yeah.
it, and we went from north of Elk Rapids. There was a barn that had the big tobacco sign on it.
yeah.
North Elk Rapids.
Okay.
Remember that?
Okay.
It's 6 miles to the lake,
Yeah.
and it's slightly downhill all
Yeah.
the way. I mean, real slight.
Okay.
My buddy's 49 with cams in it. I could barely stay ahead of him. We were wide open for 6 miles.
Okay.
So whatever that bike, I'm sure it was over 100.
Sure. Sure. How many bikes have you ever dumped?
Well, not hill, never on a
Yeah.
street.
Right. Never on the street.
Never on the street. Knock on wood.
Um,
Hill
and then
climbing, you jump off.
hill climbing, you jumped off.
Well, you do that.
Yeah.
You string at the bottom, string at the top. When you break the string, you just jump off. Let the bike go up in the air 12 feet and fall down by itself. Put new handlebars on if you need to. Yeah, we always carried spare handlebars.
And any